If you take sea moss every day, it can be very, very harmful to you. Is that true? Let's break this down. First and foremost, that makes absolutely no sense. Now, I'm asking you seriously. I want to know where you got that information from. I want to know who said that. I want to know if you read that somewhere, if there's a link where I can see it, if it's a video, because I want to know who's saying that, why, and where that's coming from, because that makes absolutely no sense. So I want you to think about this. Well, first and foremost, let me tell you me. I have been using the sea moss capsules, the SBB formula, and sea moss gel every day for at least 6 or 7 years. The reason why I sell sea moss in the first place and I'm so passionate is because it literally gave my wife her health back, specifically her mental health. When she took sea moss for the first time, she had a drastic improvement. She has not missed a day of sea moss in 7 years. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not like being extra. I've missed it a few times here and there. She will not miss it. It's something that she has to have. So there's no negatives for her. It's all been benefits every day for 7 years. Now, of course, everybody's different, but you can't tell me where sea moss has been harmful to somebody unless they've taken it in ridiculous amounts or there was some reason why they shouldn't be taking it. For instance, if you're not supposed to take iodine, then you shouldn't take sea moss because it has iodine in it. But outside of those type of situations, there's no reason for you not to take it every day. I speak about this all the time in my videos, and this is exactly what I'm saying. It frustrates me. Mind you, I'm not criticizing you. And if I start getting hype up in there, because I'm probably going to get hype, I'm not yelling at you. But I'm really trying to understand where this thought process comes from, why people say this, because I hear this all the time. People will take something natural and say, you shouldn't take this, you shouldn't take it every day, you shouldn't do it because it has too much of this and you don't want too much of that. And I'm like, where does that come from? How much unnatural processed stuff do we eat and ingest every single day? And we don't think about all the sugar, the preservatives, the sodium and all the stuff. We don't limit that stuff. We don't say, oh, I can't do, which we should, but we don't. But whenever it's something natural, there's somebody telling, oh, you shouldn't have too much of something good. You shouldn't have too much of something natural. You shouldn't have too much vitamins and minerals in your body. So don't take it every day. Take it every other day. Take it once a week. That doesn't make any damn sense to me. Now, there are some situations where you never want to overload on anything. That doesn't make sense. You can drink too much water and get sick. You never want to overdo anything. And also, if you have a certain condition where you're not supposed to have this much of this, or, you might have to limit your iron intake or a certain thing, then that's understandable. But in everybody's basic everyday life, most people are deficient in vitamins and minerals. That's why we have so many issues. That's why when we take these things, we see the difference, because we're like, wow, I didn't realize, even if you don't understand what's in the sea moss that's helping you, when you start taking it and you realize, wow, all these things are changing. My energy's up, inflammation is down, my skin gets clear, the stuff's coming out of me and all that, you realize because you have been deficient. So why do we keep having this thing where someone's making you afraid of something natural? But we don't have this same mindset with all of the unnatural stuff. People don't say, well, I'm only going to drink soda once a week because it's not really good for me. I'm not going to eat this sugar, and sugar's in everything. I'm not going to eat all this sugar. I'm not going to eat this sodium, this processed food. I'm not going to drink, every day, or all the stuff that we do. So no. Unless you have some sort of medical issue where there's something where you shouldn't be having something, or you shouldn't have too much of something because your levels are out of whack, there's no reason for you to not take sea moss daily. And as long as you're consuming the natural amounts for you. Now, again, what's natural for me, what works for me taking the SBB formula and the gel, some people might say it's too much. That doesn't work for them. So you got to know yourself and know your body. But there's no reason why you can't take it every day. It just makes no sense. Now, what I want people to start doing is when you hear these things, whether you read it in an article whether you hear somebody say it in a video, whether somebody you know in person tells you this, I want you to question them on why. And then I want you to look it up. I want you to look up whatever they tell you. And I want you to look up the product in general. I want you to look up whatever the product is, whether it's sea moss or anything. I want you to look up what is in these products. What is in sea moss? What are the natural vitamins and minerals? You hear me say it all the time. You hear the taglines. You hear people say, well, there's 92 minerals. And you hear me say all the time, there's zinc, magnesium, phosphorus, iodine, all this stuff, iron, all these things that's in it. But look these things up for yourself. Understand what's in it. Understand what's dangerous and all that. Like, I'm gonna go like way too far and technical, but I just want people really to think, to question, and to do your own research and have an understanding. And when I say have an understanding, I mean have an understanding of everything, what's being said, what these products are, instead of just listening to people and going off of what they say. So I hope that helps. I know I went on a long ass rant. Now, anybody that wants high quality sea moss, anybody who wants to improve their health naturally, get the SBB formula and get the different varieties of sea moss and get yourself healthier. Salute. Where can you get it? Go to RadarPlusNutrition.com. The link is in the bio. Salute.